choose stuff that he would need kind of deal because people just get a lot of shit, right? So
Oh man. Oh, not trying to be mean. I'm just mentioning this because I think it's a good kind of like a joke. But I got a TikTok for me to my feed like a week ago. And it was all right. So
mhm.
best gift for kids that you don't like, right? And it's
A
not for the
drum
kid.
kit,
What is it?
a drum kit.
Yes, a drum kit, kinetic sand, like a pound
No.
of it, a bunch of Legos. What was it? What was the other one? I don't quite remember, man. But it was, I mean, so much. I was
Messy,
laughing so hard.
loud, whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I was actually thinking on like some clothing or something because somebody mentioned the Legos, right? And that's when it came to my head. But I don't know. Actually, I got my wife right next to me, honey. What would we be choosing? Because today's it's little Otter's birthday. So what would be choosing if we are going to be sending a gift? Like, what do you have on your mind? Why do you think it's a great gift? Oh,
His
that's
his
cool.
first sombrero.
His he says his first sombrero. She actually said a projection lamp for watching
The
the
stars.
yeah, the stars. And that's because my sister also have a little kid, and he how old is he? Jay. His name is Jay. He's 7 months old, and his best friend it's the
Aw.
fan in the ceiling. No kidding.
Oh yeah. Same with mine. He
Really?
is just oh yeah, bro,
Yes.
crazy. They love fans. I went to the Home Depot, the hardware store.
Holy
I there's
shit.
1,000. There's
Yeah.
1,000 fans. Oh my god. He's the happiest thing in the world, right?
Absolutely. Oh man, it's so hilarious. Oh, maybe. All right. So maybe we can do something. Or maybe we can send something. But yeah, I mean that'll be fantastic.
Thank you, man. I'm just happy we've kept him alive for 1 year.
Oh, I know. But I mean, I'm not that from you, but I mean, like in my childhood, I don't know why, but I mean, my dad is a boomer, right? And I do remember that when I was on all right, sixth grade, fifth grade, I got my first motorcycle. Sixth grade, I got my first gun. Uh Now I wonder, how am I alive? So like it was a moped. It was a moped,
Wild.
just so you guys know. I mean, but yeah. So I don't know. Was I too young for that? Let me know, guys. Other than that,
Nah.
nah, right? You survived. You're a little damaged, but you survived. Oh, let's do it, guys. Let me bring up first. Let me pull up first my setup. I want to this is the 4 hour setup, just so you guys know. It's gonna be very different from scalping. Just if you are a beginner and you will be wondering why we have so different approach to trades throughout the class, and that is because Alex mostly focus on short-term scalping, and I focus mostly on 4 hours also scalping, but 4 hours, right? So here is I'm looking at grass, right? So grass. Oh well, I know that might be a little controversial. I'm seeing your face already, and then we're gonna be jumping to XRP. Don't worry, I got you covered. All right, so I was looking at this played out, right? So breakout, retest, continuation, right? We have our breakout. We are right now on the retest. Our retest started yesterday at the dynamic reactor with the goose head. What does the goose head means? So if you're not familiarized, let me show you. For example, this is a goose head, right? We identify goose heads, and let me show you how exactly. Like, come on, come on, come on, come on. There it is. So we started to see that thick neck growing, right? So we started to see that thick neck growing, and then Let's go one more candle. The head. So we started to see the round up head right there. And that is the point when we called out, hey, this is a goose head. The only thing that we're missing right there, it's the peak. All right. So usually when we have the peak formed, we already have bottomed down on the result of a goose head. Let me go to the next part, which is, hey, what is the reaction of a goose head? All right. So let's, for example, analyze this one right here. All right. So as we are rounding up, all right, and then coming back down, we are also coming up and down. All right. So for me, a goose head, it is a slight retracement for a further continuation and then a bigger retracement. All right. So what we have in here, all right, we first retracement, all right, and then we almost have that peak form. There we go. There is the peak. And thus, you can see that I front run a little bit my entry, right? I gave it yesterday on Trading with OC, just in case you want to come over on the Piper Academy and follow along. And well, then that was my entry yesterday and taking profits or targets at 0.33 at 0.91. But right now, we need the development of the peak where we start jumping back up to the upside, just like in here, to have we already have the retracement, the farther move to the upside, either equally or the higher, and then having the big movement to the downside. All right. So far, it's been playing out. It's been drifting a little bit farther of what I was expecting. Nonetheless, let's go for it. Let me just get rid of this and go to right now. But nonetheless, I'm starting to see these wicks. All right. So this week so on this candle, right, it's been trying to push, all right. The wick at the top is not really a good signal when the candle has closed, but as we see it, for example, being formed like in here, in this one was going up, down, up, down, up, down on the same candle, well, then it's talking about constant pressure of bulls trying to break that level. Right, as you can see right now, also making another push, trying to take or reclaim that zone. So hopefully we are able to do so. If you want to jump into this trade, you are still on time. And something important, it is, let me just get rid of this. It is our money flow. Our money flow has gone from red, crossing over the 0 into the green. And that is, it's also rising up. It's kind of like a, doing that little shape, right, at the top. So it's telling me that we want to see that money influx incoming, right? That is a real-time readout. We cannot predict on it, but we can absolutely forecast the shape, right? So if we see it like that, we just forecast it a little bit, and that is just the way it is, right? Just like looking at a car coming straight to you, well, when you forecast it, you can predict that it's coming, that it's going to hit you. But what if the guy at the end of at the last minute steers away? That is the same thing with the money flow, because money flow, it's real influx of money. That is people buying right now, right? So what happens, all right, what if I decide not to buy and just instead of that, just sell? And then I scare my community, for example, right? Or what if Alex says, you know what, we're going to hell, let's just all sell our grass, right? So bad joke, by the way. And in that point, well, we're gonna be seeing the money flow curling back down, right? So that is why it's a live readout, and we just need to wait for the actual candle to print. But I think that we could be having a long position all the way. You have my alert right there, 0.83, and for early profits, and then 0.90 for taking profits. So this same pattern is the same pattern that I'm looking at different coins for longing, but none of the coins have them. For example, TON, right? TON, I took a 2-trade staging here, one at the support, one on my secondary entry, averaging down in here, and right now we already have been closing that trade. We should be, because today in the morning we hit our breaking even, and yesterday in the class I mentioned, well, as soon as we're on breaking even, we're gonna be closing half of that position and leaving it open, because most likely we're gonna be trying to make a push in here. It doesn't have the same structure, but I think we can close that losing position in gains. So this, I just want to show you this because in most of the cases, I think you could be into this position. And why do I mention that? Well, being at support in here in Chartbrand, we have those questions. Hey, this is my situation, and what can I do? Well, we don't provide a one-to-one, like trading. We don't trade for you, but well, what we do is provide education, right? And this is the answer. Well, at this point, you need to have a plan for your stop loss, right? Your stop loss should be protected with a support or a resistance, and then aiming for getting out at a rebound. So that is exactly what is happening. This is actually our strategy playing out fantastically. And another one that I'm looking for a possible long, all right, it is LDO. Let me just get rid of things in here. And sorry about that. All right, and then let me start adding my indicators. One of my favorite indicators is just classical support and resistances. All right, right here we are on a resistance because we have broken it, and then we are riding on the dynamic reactor. You can see that I was looking for a breakout retest. All right, and that is because we're not only retesting on the support, also dynamic reactor, and a little bit farther back below, right there, we have another support area, which creates a channel. This channel in here, channel of entry. So it's not that my entry was whatever it was, right? It is that I'm gonna be looking for an entry as we come into that channel. So I'm regularly pointing at this at the 50% or in the middle of that area, and I'm looking for my oscillator. There's something important. We fail, so I was expecting for us to do this shape. All right, so breakout retest above the zero line, but instead of that, we rejected the area. Something important with our money flow, it is that we already have it where we are rounding up. Let me just get rid of that. We are rounding up that money flow. You see how we're now rounding up? So there's a slight chance that we can actually pick up that money flow, just like we did in here with the money flow. And look at what happened with our oscillator or our ribbon. We changed sharply off direction, creating a flip off the ribbon. All right, so that's exactly what I'm looking for. My last chance in here, or my last possible entry, it's going to be seeing that money flow starting to flip up, and then seeing a higher low on my ribbon, creating here a trend line, and finally bouncing off my entry zone. This is still a work in progress because we could absolutely just keep dumping in here and going to our previous resistances at 1.11. So I'm still giving it some time, and if I start seeing that rising of my money flow, that's when I'm gonna be entering with a quarter of position. So that's what I got so far with a couple of altcoins. Let me know how that went for you today, or if you are looking at something interesting in the markets. Tomorrow we have big numbers. So I don't know. The market, it is
Yeah.
choppy.
It is very choppy. I'm long right now off the sweep of the 786. Nice volume on here. Currently up a couple of $100. Just looking for this thing to continue to push. We'll see if we get it. Here's my trade. All right, 182 realized. Seeing if we can push up here. I liked a couple of things here. I've been looking at this level. This is a previous day pivot with volume. Okay, so 786. So just looking at this general area. Sometimes the market, we pushed up obviously into sweep the liquidity in the highs here, and then we've rolled over. So, I'm just trying to see if I can catch the bounce. I am looking at these three levels though, first and foremost. So obviously here first, second, the sweep of the low, and then third is down here, sweep of the range low. We'll see if we continue to push up. My stop loss is at entry, so happy days, $200 even if I get stopped out here. So it's kind of how I manage it, but giving myself for an opportunity to see this thing push. If we push, we reclaim orb, and then off we go, right? Look at this, beautiful. So nice follow through, nice SFP. We'll see if we continue to push. Looking to take this thing back up to the range highs, which is at 114.5. Okay, we gave you guys this sweep level yesterday, and it hit perfectly. So I was sleeping, but we had 3 drives, SFP, right? And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to trade these, right? You've had 4 examples on the way down. Okay, easy 4 examples. I'm going to take some more profits here, guys, as we're getting to orb 1 second. Okay, so well, we are let the rest of that ride. Yeah, 3/4 out. So no need to be greedy, right? With the volatility in the market right now, you take your profits and you run. That's kind of how I've been treating it. And, you know, I've had a couple of good days and a couple of not so good days. At the end of the day, I've managed my risk. But look at the price action here, guys. Like, if you don't understand market structure, turn on your market structure tool. Okay, it's going to help you a lot. But I always tell you guys, look for the retest of previous lows or retest of previous highs. In an uptrend, you're looking for the retest of previous highs, right? You're looking for the retest here. In a downtrend, you're looking for the retest of previous lows, right? You're looking right here. Okay? And this has happened the whole way down. Very easy, okay? So here's your low, right? There's your sell wall, okay? Even happens on the smaller term time frames in here. There's your low, there's your sell wall, okay? There's your low, there's your sell wall. Here's your low, here's your sell wall. Here's your low, here's your sell wall, okay? And you can see how very, very easy this is. You don't have to complicate it, right? You can get into structure. You can see the change in character here. You can get off the market structure change every time, right? As soon as we identified, and which we did, we told you guys on Thursday that, you know, we've changed structure on an hourly time frame. You should be looking for down and corrective, okay? So we had the idea as soon as it happened. Now it's time to implement a downtrend strategy, right? So you can see here, if you sold, stop loss above the high, even on the market structure changes structure, as it hits the previous high, if you sold every time you change structure, I'd say you'd be a pretty stop loss above the high, you'd be a pretty rich person, right? You'd be a pretty rich person, right? Continuation here. And then yesterday, right here, SFP, right? Okay. So implementing the idea, using your indicators, using your market structure, okay? Easy trades all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and all the way down, okay? This is why the trend is your friend. You can sell the bottom and still make money.
I love
if
it.
you're OC. All right. And then you can add like different tools into this. So for me, I like liquidity zones and order blocks. Okay. So you can see we hit a big order block in here, rejection down. Okay. That's kind of how I trade it. Okay. So with those 3 levels I gave you guys, 1, 2, and 3 here, right? SFP, right? So what do we have here? Why did I look for a bounce here? Well, we have front running the bottom of the range, 786 platinum pocket. Piper's going to talk about this all day. If this bounces, tomorrow he's going to say, I told you the platinum pocket. And you know what you say to him, OC?
What?
Where's the trade then, bro? I'm gonna get you into trouble.
Oh man.
Oh, right. Okay. Little volume node here. Okay, you see this? Look at that little thing holding on here, right? Adding confluence. This is also our previous day open. I have to check now. I have a stupid. You can get this on Chart Prime too. This is just a stupid one. Previous day open. No. Previous day close? It was our previous day close. Okay. So you have a pivot point down here, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Previous day close. So we closed here yesterday. So we had multitude of levels in here. And you can get your pivot points with your Dynamics Pro as well. Okay. Just so you guys know. Got all your pivot points, all your goodies in here. Okay. High, lows, mid time frame right here. Day, week, months, quarterly, year, previous day, previous levels. Okay. Previous points in here as well. Pivot points, time frame, all that stuff. Okay. So a lot of confluence in this area. And in my opinion, like the price action this week has been pure bullshit, right? Pure games, right? It's very this way and then right? Like it's fucked up, right? So it's like you gotta wait, which is key. You gotta wait and you gotta be aggressive with take profits. Like I'm 3/4 out now. I only got 20 grand left on this trade, right? But I've made $400, right? So like, you take the trade. Now I don't care if it goes up or down, right? Like I've realized where I'm taking profits. Quick $400 here, right? See if it wants to continue to run, right? I just took it into this order block. That's it, right? And you can too, right? So it's waiting for that. It's waiting for an SFP volume coming in here. Volume came back in. I just pressed buy on the way back up. Okay, because I knew it was hitting a key level. That's the importance about marking out key levels, right? You can trade contrary. This morning we had VWAP, we had liquidity in the highs, right? So as we're getting up here, and I did long here, I longed here up into what? The highs. Quick long. Okay? That was my only trade this morning. The news data came out. We had an SFP. As it pushed back up, I bought it, took it into VWAP, TP1, took it into the highs, TP2, and then it came back, stopped me out in profits. That was my only trade from the live. Right? But you know what? Quick little scalp, quick little $150, $160. Here it is. Right? 113, 476, right? So just right in here, 476 up to the top. Got stopped out, but made some money, right? Paying myself along the way. One thing that you're gonna have to learn as a trader, what's so important, especially if you're trading like I would say 30 minutes and below, like intraday trading, is environment. Okay, environment's so important because trading in January, trading in July and August, trading with FOMC news coming out, trading with tariffs, trading with rate cuts, right? Trading with recession, inflation. It's all going to affect the way that the price moves. Okay? It's all going to affect it. This is your environment. This is your narrative, right? So right now, what is going on, right? Jerome Powell going to cut or not going to cut, right? Jackson Hole Friday, right? The only real update that anyone pays attention to in the summertime. It's also August. It's a summer lull. So price shouldn't even be moving right now. It should be flat. We're lucky to have any movement. I've traded some Augusts and it's like, it's horrible. But we have, all this anticipation, right? We have anticipation of rate cuts. So markets are forward looking. Does that mean, that we're going to price in the rate cut, or are we pricing in a no cut? Right? So that's narrative. I always go to the SPY and the S&P 500, right? Look at this move into the pump, right? Ethereum's pumping here, guys. right? Look at this move. This is not a typical S&P move. Okay, it's pretty aggressive. S&P normally pretty flat and up. Okay, you see see the angle? Oh, Steve would love this, man. The angle.
Yes.
See how this one's pretty steady? This one's very aggressive.
Yes.
Okay. Very different angle, right? Compared to our regular trend from the bottom. Okay. This typically gets recovered. As soon as we break, and I teach you this, guys, as well here, is as soon as we break momentum, we're typically going to roll over. Okay. And that's exactly what happened. OC breakdown retest, right?
Let's go.
Right?
Name after me, right?
It is. I think
I
it's
invented
copyright infringement. Every time I say it on my YouTube, I get a strike.
Ah,
The NASDAQ too has told the story as well. So the NASDAQ trades like leveraged Bitcoin. Okay? Same deal. Climbing the wall of worry. OC special, breaking down. Okay? And it's been breaking down all week. Palantir or whatever, down 20% or whatever, right? So trying to find some support here. Obviously, this has been a very key area where price has consolidated. It's comfortable at 23,000 psychological level. Okay. So understand your environment. Another thing you can look at is the VIX. Okay, volatility S&P 500 index. Okay. My levels on this are 20, 22, and 17. When we're above 17, price action's moving quite quickly. When we're above 22, this is moving like psychotically, really fast. This is, look, Donald Trump right here. Okay? When he got inaugurated, remember how crazy price action was? Right? One of those. So right now we are pretty slow price action with a very conflicting narrative, meaning interest rates, rate cuts, jobs numbers, right? All of that. So we're moving like August, slow, but it's fucking sporadic, right? So these are the things that you got to understand. So how do you trade slow but sporadic? It requires a lot of patience because you're going to have this, right? So you're patient here, your key level is here, and you execute at key levels. You got to wait. That's the hard part about price action like this, okay? If you can wait, instead of FOMO long here when price is just doing whatever, until you get to your key level, you can make money. If you can't wait, you'll get wrecked. Okay? All day yesterday, we were looking for the short at 14,500 OC. All effing day, bro. All effing day. I'm like, okay. I go to bed.
Boom.
Right?
Classic.
But if I don't
man.
wait, I'm wrecked because I'll get short here because I'm rushing the trade, stop loss above the high, and I'm stopped out. Right? So patience, right? Patience. That's why I took this trade here. Did I get stopped out there? No. And I'm still in it. So it can run. Obviously downtrend right now. I'm more confident that we would come down to that one key level that I told you guys about at 111,850. If we push down here and we sweep and reclaim the range, bro, I am so giga long, you might not even see me for the rest of the year. I'm going to back up the Brinks truck and I'm going to,
Dude, you gotta be
and then I'll
me.
pay for OC's wedding, okay?
Let's go. Oh, but dude, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Look at my next manual support. Because remember I mentioned that I'm looking to get into a long, right? Look at the first that I just published that there. Look at there. I'm still in the short. Oh, yeah, perfect.
Mhm.
Let me pull that up. Here it is. So here is the what I was looking into, right? So the longs, where are they coming from that I was mentioning, and what is a little bit controversial? Because I'm still on a short, right? I'm not going to be closing that short, just not now. We have broken these areas, and this is a smart money entry zone. So we are bouncing back and forth, right? So I'm looking for this movement right here. It doesn't matter if it's coming from here or it doesn't matter if it's coming from here, right? And I'm trying to look for the actual support. I'm already into my box of entry. This is my box of entry. You might be asking yourself, well, what is that huge box right down here? Let me just show you really quickly. That is on the weekly. And look at what am I expecting on the weekly. I'm going to be going, oh, sorry about that. I'm going to be going over the bearish side on the weekly, which is not an actual that bearish, right? But that will be breaking the parabolic movement, going to the dynamic reactor support, also hitting on the 88, 90-ish some area, right? That has to do with, not this one, that has to do with this chart here. Oh, sorry about that. So this charting here, looking at what am I expecting here, right? Trickling down. And remember, this was a chart that I did like 2 months ago. And I'm bringing this up because of this other chart, right? So coming back down, bouncing back up, coming back down, and then I believe the extended cycle is going to take us back somewhere around 128 or even 200 and something, which is right here, 138. All right, so a little bit more, a little bit less, right? But I am expecting that macro dump. All right, I'm still expecting that macro dump. And where is that coming from? Where is it coming at? It's coming at very close, because I've been talking about for early bounce at 90K or 100K, and then 90K, 87K. All right, coming back into, that's where that box is coming from, just so you guys know. All right, so big areas of where I have all of my indicators bunching and having confluence on it, right? I know there's a lot of spaghetti. Let me just clear that up. Just turn them all at once, and that's where that red box it's coming at for the first one. All right, so let's just get rid of it so it doesn't interfere. All right, having said that, in the shorter time frame, what I'm trying to trade, I'm already into my red box of entry right here. Where I am estimating to jump in, it's at this previous low with, where is it? Come on. There it is. With my liquidity zone at the bottom. And that comes right at 111,943K. And you mentioned what as your support of entry? That's
the
pretty
one.
fun. Yeah. Pretty close, right? So that's what I'm also looking for, a possible long. This long could happen early, could happen just a little bit downwards here, and that is depending on what happens with this candle in this goose hit. At this point, when I explained the goose hit, because at this point I wanted to just finish this up with the goose hit being down there. All right, there's a main difference. Usually goose hits that play below the zero line on your oscillator doesn't really play out as well. All right, which means we could ultimately just have the farther move to the upside, but then the bigger retracement downwards for a much in-depth retracement, hitting now previous support at somewhere around 110, 100K ish zone. All right, so that's where everything is coming from. I just want to show, like, I'm looking at the same area even though I'm on the 4 hours, and I don't know, just that I mentioned that we have a very different style, but sometimes the areas that we're looking at, they're very close to each other, and that really makes me laugh a little bit, because hey, I mean, you're making your analysis by your end, right? It's not like you call me, or it's not that I call you and hey, let's analyze things together, right? I mean, you do your analysis, you set your your entries, your support, resistance, so on and so forth.
Sometimes you call me
yeah, absolutely. Hey,
for
Alex,
for
I'm
mental
downwards. What is it?
You go, can we do a one-on-one so you can teach me how to play Halo?
Good one. Good one. Not true, but good one. Just if you're not into the joke, he kicked my ass on the Halo while I was bragging about kicking his. But we're gonna be playing Mortal Kombat this time, so you better prepare.
Okay. Old school.
Old school, yes, old school. So also, guys, if you want to play with us, come to the Piper Academy Night Show Friday, somewhere around 8 p.m. EST or Mountain Standard. Sorry, we're gonna be playing and gaming at the same time. So I don't promise good gaming, I don't promise good trading, but I promise a lot of yelling and a lot of fun. So there it goes for that. Oh, look at that!
We're gonna play
Love it.
Tekken.
Oh man. But yeah, I think do you have anything else that you want to show or forecast for today's session?
I think we're gonna pump, but I guess I'll share some of my setups that I have for a couple of the setups that my community and I are looking at just before we head out. It is my son's birthday, so you know I don't mind going and hanging out with him. I got him a Jeep OC, a Jeep,
Oh, really?
like a full Jeep, with the window and everything, and he sits in it, and then I got a remote control for it, so I can drive him around. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be sick, bro.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm looking for so ETH right now, looking right here, literally looking for a bounce here. If we don't get 42.50, 41.86 is a very good support level. Okay, this is pretty active right now. Solana looking here as well, 182. Okay, nice change in structure here, guys. So like different than Bitcoin, right? We have actually mitigated some highs in here. So this is looking like it could bounce, right? Same with Ethereum. Ethereum getting above this high yesterday. Very important, right? So breaking structure. Looking for a retest and continuation out. Hype looks okay as well. We have OC retest everywhere. Look, 3 drives, OC retest, looking for a continuation. Looking here or looking down at 40 bucks. What was the other one I was looking at? Arrow? Was it Arrow? No, Arrow already did that. We had that level there. Yeah, so I was looking at those ones for now. We'll see if we do get a pushback into this this afternoon. But for now, just waiting on Bitcoin to kind of find some support and going into tomorrow. So hopefully that helps you guys navigate. And anything else, OC?
Yeah, I was looking at something here. Yesterday I gave a call that I'm about to jump in for a long, but I want to have it on video because where is it? Come on. Right before Cardano. Because again, man, it seems like come on, it almost seems like, dude, I don't know. Let me share it before we go. Really quick. I was looking at, by the way, great call that you mentioned you gave yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Let's first get onto this. I was looking at Link, by the way. This was yesterday's show, but also I was looking at, is this the one? No, this is the grass. This is the grass thing that I was today talking about. TAO, and come on, I know I have it here. I gave it yesterday. Whatever. Let's go to it, because let's go. It is Solana. That is my entry. That's my entry. And
let's go, baby.
Let's go. And you gave this one, by the way, and I took it. This one, it was all you on the scalping. That was a fantastic trade, man. So
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I get this one.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so yeah, I mean, I was also looking at Solana. My entry point is at 181. But still waiting. Look at that. We have that goose head, the same thing that I was explaining on LDO. We already have the first retracement, further move to the downside, and then big retracement, right? So I'm trying to catch the big, the further move to the upside. So other than that, guys, I'm going into 1 quarter position just so you are seeing and watching, all right, these areas. And yeah, I mean, I'm not getting ready to jump fully into altcoins, and that is because tomorrow we have a lot of numbers coming out, and we might get rocked. All right, so we might get rug pull. So just be careful. Use a stop loss, and overall, in between today and tomorrow, be careful on the altcoin side. If you're unsure, you better take the day off. Right, put on as Alex mentioned. I think that is a great idea. Set up your fake trade, right? So set up your position, see how that played out, and then the next time of volatility, you can react doing the same exact thing. Or if it failed, you can come back, regenerate your strategy, and next time you play within that strategy. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Alex, such a pleasure to have you here. I always have so much fun. Hopefully, we can see you on Mortal Kombat this Friday. That'll be fantastic. And if so, guys, thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.
Later.
Later.